She entered into a hotel with her lover. 3 days later he was found beaten up. The night it all began was supposed to be ordinary. The city lights shimmered against the dark sky, and the rain tapped softly on the window of a hotel tucked into one of the busiest streets downtown. But behind those walls, a story of betrayal, heartbreak, and justice was about to unfold, one that no one saw coming. Amir had always trusted his wife, Sana. Married for 8 years, they had built what seemed like a perfect life, a warm home, 2 children, and countless memories stitched together with love. At least, that's what Amir believed. Sana was beautiful, kind in public, and seemingly devoted to her family. But beneath her charming smile, she carried secrets Amir never suspected. It started small, late-night calls, hushed messages, sudden, work trips, that made little sense. Amir noticed, but he never doubted her loyalty. Love can blind even the most observant. What he didn't know was that Sana had been entangled with another man, Rizwan, a smooth talker who promised her adventure, luxury, and a life away from her boring husband. One rainy evening, Amir followed a gut feeling when Sana claimed she was meeting a friend for an overnight conference. Something about her tone, her hurried manner, and the way she avoided his eyes pierced through his heart. He didn't confront her immediately. Instead, he decided to watch from afar. The truth shattered him. Sana entered a lavish hotel with Rizwan, hand in hand, laughing like a woman who had forgotten her marriage vows. Amir's chest tightened, but he stayed quiet. He didn't storm in, didn't scream, didn't cause a scene. He waited. 3 days later, news spread like wildfire. Rizwan was found badly beaten in the hotel's parking lot. His face was bruised beyond recognition, ribs fractured, his confidence shattered. Rumors erupted. Some said it was a jealous husband, others claimed it was criminals he owed money to. But the truth was far more complicated. Amir had not raised a hand against him. Instead, it was Rizwan's own double life that caught up with him. Unknown to Sana, Rizwan was also playing her. He had been involved with multiple women, making false promises, and using them for money and favors. One of these women was the daughter of a powerful businessman, and when she discovered his betrayal, her family's men taught him a brutal lesson he would never forget. When Sana heard the news, her world collapsed. She had risked her marriage, her children, and her dignity for a man who was never serious about her. Standing in the hospital corridor where Rizwan lay hooked to machines, she realized the cruel irony. Amir had never lifted a hand, yet Rizwan had been punished. And her own heart was left more bruised than his body. But Amir wasn't free of pain either. He had to wrestle with the betrayal of the woman he had loved unconditionally. Nights were sleepless, his mind torn between anger and sorrow. Still, his children's innocent faces reminded him of his responsibilities. He couldn't let bitterness destroy them. Sana returned home, broken, ashamed, and afraid. She expected fury, divorce papers, perhaps even violence. Instead, Amir's silence cut deeper than any weapon. He looked at her not with hatred, but with disappointment, the kind that pierces the soul. One evening, he finally spoke. "You destroyed everything we built, Sana. Not because I wasn't enough, but because you didn't know what love really was. Love isn't chasing thrills. It's staying when things are hard, choosing loyalty when temptations knock. You chose the opposite. Now, I choose to protect myself and my children from more pain." His words weren't shouted, they were spoken calmly, but each syllable carried the weight of finality. Amir filed for divorce, not out of revenge, but out of self-respect. Sana begged, cried, even tried to promise change, but Amir had already given her the best years of his life. He couldn't gamble the rest on someone who had betrayed him so deeply. In time, Amir healed. He focused on his children, his career, and himself. The pain didn't vanish overnight, but it made him stronger, wiser, and more resilient. His story became a quiet inspiration to those around him, proof that dignity and patience speak louder than anger and violence. As for Sana, she lived with regret, haunted by the memory of a man who had loved her truly and a lover who had used her cruelly. Rizwan, scarred inside and out, disappeared from her life, leaving nothing but shame in his shadow. The message of this story is clear: betrayal never ends in happiness. Short-lived pleasures can destroy lifelong bonds. But even in the face of heartbreak, choosing self-respect and inner strength is the path to true healing.